Related violence, virtual blood. We do not condone any of the religion or the abuse of women, children, any other thing you might see on the show. There will be adult content, there will be foul language. So if you don't like any of that, please shut off now and don't bother turning back to this channel. Welcome to Forged in Pain, Season 1, Episode 6. Got some huge matches coming up for you tonight, including 2 six-man gauntlet-style elimination matches. The 2 winners of those matches will go on to face Joe Rivers for his Battleborn title probably within the next couple weeks here. The first match is also to try to get a #1 contender for Adora's Shield Maiden Championship. We have probably 4 new superstars that we brought in. They've until now been just on house shows, so untelevised. So they'll be making their first appearance live on our show. Sit back, relax, drink a beer, have some fun. We've got some surprises for you tonight, some extreme action. So enjoy, everybody. As always, this is Brett, your host. I'm not sure if I will have Eric or Lee on with me tonight, but as always, the chat line is open, so anyone that's not active tonight, please feel free to jump in. Join me on the mic. If you are fighting later on, let me know what you think about your chances to win. I'd like to hear from some of you wrestlers that are on this card for the 6-man matches. And take a look at these 4 ladies here. We've got Brittany, we've got Emmy Schultz, we've got Miss Calloway. They will be fighting to see who the #1 contender is for Adora's title. I've got a couple punk-ass kids that are sitting behind me here, sitting right behind the booth here, so you'll probably be hearing them running their suck. They've already been asked to leave twice. We're about to get security down here to drag their asses out. I think they got into their dad's sauce, sitting in probably in his back seat of his car, so they hit the bottle back a couple times before they brought their little punk asses down to the show. So don't be surprised if you hear a tussle and possibly them getting kicked out here at some point.
Am I in a match today? That's what some guy said. Bad TNA.
There has actually been a substitution. Paige Draven did not clear. Apparently she didn't get her drug screening done, so there will be a replacement for her tonight. I don't have that bit of info, but I'm sure she'll be coming out here in a second. This is Brittany coming out first.
Look at that girl mad. It's lips and hair. Walks with a man like she just don't care. Nobody do her like she do her. Self-made, homemade, doing that girl. She stop doing
Brittany says that growing up, her inspiration was Lita and Trish Stratus. She said that as she's training, she always tried to kind of emulate those two ladies, and not too bad wrestlers to look after and try to be like when you grow up. I guess when instead of playing with Barbie dolls like the rest of her family members, she was there playing with her little brother's G.I. Joe action figures, and she actually had a set of those old school large rubber wrestlers. You see, you had like the old Hulk Hogan and stuff. Here we go. We got the Wild Child. This is Emmy coming out here. Shades of Steve Austin bombing around the ring on that four-wheeler. Hopefully she doesn't hurt herself. She's not a very big lady, and that's a lot of muscle to be sitting between those little legs of hers. She's kind of got a little punk anime look going here. I kind of like her. By the sounds of it, these teenage boy fans that we have behind us like her too. She's got those tight-fitting jeans on. This is the replacement for the for Paige Draven. This is Gabs making her first appearance. She's coming in from some other indie promotion, IWA, I believe. So she'll be making her first appearance here because of all the hype and her accolades. She shot right up and take the spot of Paige Draven. Huge chance for her in her debut tonight. Again, if she wins this, she could be going on to face Adora. I don't know exactly who would want to fight Adora, but hey, it could be a huge opportunity for her. Second there, I thought I had some of the damn Soulsworn members coming out. Lights went off and stuff like that. I started getting a chill in my spine, but this lady could definitely be part of that. Casey Calloway. She's actually pretty nice to look at despite her dark persona here. Looks like Ricky Armstrong is following the matches tonight from wherever he is in the world. Okay, he might be watching from a hotel room, checking us out here. Says no matter who wins the triple threat, Ricky will still retain the Hardcore Championship. Let's get things kicked off here. The action begin. Emmy taking it to it right for a quick pin on Miss Calloway to no avail. Emmy definitely fills out those little jeans that she's wearing, that's for damn sure. Hopefully Adora's watching this, figure out who she's gonna fight next. I don't really know if it matters to her very much, but we had to beef up our women's division thanks to the domination that she's been showing so far here. Try to get her a little more competition. What's up, Angel? Welcome back. Coming in here to check out our ladies, trying to see who's going to be the #1 contender for our Shield Maiden title against Adora. Angel's been quite a celebrity here. He's been in all of our shows since he finally decided to check us out. We got a couple submissions going on here. We have a tap out early on. Brittany trying to break out, gets that hand pulled away. I thought we were going to have a tap there early on. Gabs had that hooked deep. Looks like a double team action. Got Brittany and Emmy kind of taking on Miss Calloway. I don't think Evil Eyes is in a match tonight. He just got cleared, just got signed to the show. So I know he's got some medical things to go through before he makes his debut. But we will see him on the show. As all four of the ladies are outside now, getting extreme, slamming each other on that concrete or that steel-plated floor. Tornado DDT. Emmy showing off some skills here. Miss Calloway rolls out of the ring. Emmy is just taking it to everybody here. Her and Brittany are actually friends, but she just picked up a pin. Oh, there's an arm. There's a cover. Gabs trying to take advantage of the damage done by Emmy over here. Threw an arm over, trying to get a cheap win over Brittany. Emmy, with her ring awareness, was able to break that up. She wasn't going to let someone else take the credit for the damage that she has done. Brittany with a pin, and Gabs didn't even try to break that up. She was just standing there. Maybe they have something going. Well, so much for that shot, as now Gabs is working on Brittany, stamping her face into the mat. If you guys look around, now we have our official Forged in Pain logo in the center of our ring here, as well as some more hand-done artwork that we had in the background next to our sponsor Eye for an Eyes poster. Look to the left of that. Yeah, it's definitely Sunday. When everyone else is in church, we're here sinning. Well, watching these ladies sin. Casey Calloway picks up a quick win, while Brittany and Emmy were outside rolling around, fucking each other up out on the steel floor. Miss Calloway came in and took advantage of the empty ring, picking up the pin. What a dark matchup that's going to be. Adora versus Casey Calloway. Sort of like the Dark Princess versus the Dark Queen we're going to have for a title shot. Ladies getting the spotlight here tonight, live up to it after sort of earning their way in that title match at the pay-per-view No Way Out, forcing themselves onto the main show. Here she is, our new #1 contender, Casey Calloway. Let's see if she's ready for Adora. Hell of an opening match here. Next up, making his debut, Brandon Blaze of the Outlaws, along with his brother Austin. These two are expecting to do big things. A lot of hype built up with them coming in, making their debut, saying that they're basically going to come in and try to take over Forged in Pain. Sounds like those two teenage boys are there tickling each other. Is that a new thing that teenagers do these days? Even boys is tickle fight in the crowd?
We're laughing at you.
One day you'll be short, fat, bald, and old too.
Evil Eyes has a match tonight.
Brandon Blaze has his work cut out for him here tonight as he takes on Drake from D&D. Both of the boys will be here. California boys always looking to have fun. If you're fans of the Young Bucks, these guys definitely put on a show quite a bit like them. Sounds like Angel's gonna be old, fat, and have a full head of hair. The Outlaws have built themselves up, so they're gonna come in and take over Forged in Pain. Let's see if Brandon can live up to the hype. See his brother Austin in the background. Austin not supposed to be in a match tonight, but the way these guys talk, he could get involved at any time. Brandon definitely looks the part of a badass outlaw. Let's see if he can live up to that name and see how he can handle the high flyer Drake. Kind of unique sideburns he has there. I don't know if his barber had Tourette's syndrome or something when he was shaving his face, or what's quite going on there. Here we have D&D. You see D&D all over different E-Feds, primarily in UCW. Wasn't expecting the Outlaw to reach out and give a hand. What the hell just happened? Brandon sort of disappears. The lights went out. And then as the bell rang, Brandon was standing behind Drake. He's got him up, trying to go for a quick win as a flapjack. Lights went out and Brandon ended up behind Drake before the match even started. A lot of strange shit going on here in Forged in Pain. We still have Colt Shields, who is missing from the hospital. No idea where he is. Some strange woman, I guess, nurse, long-haired, tall nurse went into the room. That was the only thing seen on the cameras. No one seen going out of the room. Next thing you know, during the next checkup, Cold Shields was gone. Then we all saw the footage of Devil Dog in his match when he sort of seemed to levitate and just surf across the crowd and disappear on us. Drake, instead of taking the action to Brandon here, decides to show off and flash the crowd. Kind of regretting that as he took a right hook to the face. Again, Drake deciding to show off instead of fighting and ends up eating that top rope. Hopefully the bandana he's wearing self-absorbs some of the shock from these couple of huge DDT. Quick win like that. Brandon Blaze comes in and just destroys Drake early on. Drake was too busy showing off and ate 2 huge DDTs. D&D looking to show off a little bit here today. Ended up taking a loss quick. I'm sure they won't take too kindly of this. So much for betting on the guy in blue there, Angel. Forged in pain. I think you have to do my PSN first. B55 1981. Then Forged in pain. Brandon Blaze here early on taking a victory over Drake. He said he was coming in to set the place on fire, basically, and he ends up burning down D&D in his debut. Up next, guys, we got some hardcore Extreme Rules action. This is another match to determine a #1 contender. Ricky Armstrong will have his belt up for grabs here. Out of these 3 gentlemen, we've got Brandon Wheeler, who in his first matchup ended up actually destroying Caleb Blair, who's also in this match. He beat him in under a minute. So I know Caleb Blair here, as we see on the far right, will be looking to get a little retaliation for that embarrassment. And bringing in Thomas, making his debut. This is probably our biggest match card we've had yet, as in pure numbers. I think there are, 6, 12, 14... fuck it, I can't even count that high. I don't have Leon here with me. He's our numbers guy. But pretty much our whole damn roster is in tonight's show. This is the first battleground following our No Way Out pay-per-view. Now, Brandon, he did have a shot at the title when Killswitch Joe had it. Ended up actually putting up a good match against the veteran. To no avail, obviously. He doesn't have the belt. Killswitch ended up beating him. But he definitely put up a huge fight. Coming out first is Thomas, making his debut here. Thomas grew up a huge Insane Clown Posse fan. As you can see there, he's a certified juggalo. Thanks for checking in there, Danny Chassis. You're my #1 fan too. This guy's got kind of an old school ECW feel. Looks like he belongs here in our hardcore division for sure. A juggalo, Eric, is basically the followers of Insane Clown Posse. A band kind of from the 90s, early 2000s. They were huge. Well, I don't know if huge is the right word, but they had a big following, mostly angry white people that made up the juggalo base, basically. There you go. Ricky Armstrong knows ICP. Another look at Brandon Wheeler here. This guy's got hardcore written all over him, from his face to his boots. For some reason, I think this super kid is one of the two kids that are up sitting behind me. This two teenage boys, you seem kind of sweet on each other. Now, I've got nothing against gays.
I'm not gay.
But if you're going to cuddle and kiss, keep it down a little bit when we're trying to run a show. Caleb Blair choosing to come out here, sort of dancing just to the music that's in his head, apparently. I think we questioned this last time he came out too, but looks like he doesn't need any intro music. Looks like we've got ourselves another couple trolls here, but Angel ended up starting off as a troll, then became a fan of the show, and now he's been checking in at every episode so far. So make sure Danny Chassis and Super Gay Kid, or whatever his name was, like and subscribe to the channel. Brandon going right after Thomas. Apparently he's not an ICP fan. She's just tossing the juggalo around. Oh, now he's going after Caleb Blair. They still have some history. Made their debut against each other, where Brandon actually just destroyed Caleb. So let's see if he can get some retribution as he comes up with a big spear. I haven't seen what Thomas has for an offense yet. Apparently no one else has either, as he's just being tossed around the ring so far. I don't think he's thrown a punch. Maybe he's just trying to conserve his energy a little bit. Now he gets a hold of Caleb now that the ring is clear. Spine buster right on our new custom logo there in the center of the ring. Brandon just drop kicks both of them over at the same time. It's kind of why this kid is my favorite coming in. He's definitely making a name for himself early on in this hardcore division with us. Huge win and then a big match against Killswitch. Now he's just tearing this ring apart, going after both men, one after the other. Caleb, I don't know if he's going for a weapon here. This is a hardcore Extreme Rules match, so let's see if the weapons finally come into play. There it is. He's got a baseball bat, but Brandon says, fuck that, I am a weapon. He's got him on his back, sort of a weird stretch, and slams him on his face. I don't think I've seen that move yet. Have to find out from Brandon what that's called. Thomas, the much larger man, sort of tossing Brandon down, but that was short-lived as Brandon's right back on him. Caleb trying to come up with that chair. Brandon just takes it away, and instead of using it as a weapon, he just sort of throws it on the ground. Gets back to that hand-to-hand combat going here. I know my co-producer Eric said he had some family over. Are you guys watching the show together? Looks like Eric may be joining us here, actually. Eric, are you back with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Actually, I can hear you better than I have in the past. You get a new mic?
Awesome. No, just trying some different settings.
Nah, whatever you did, you loud and clear now, finally. So I saw you writing a little bit. Have you and your family, I heard, were actually at home checking the match out.
Yeah, my nephew caught the first match. He thought it was pretty cool. He liked the girl that came out on the four-wheeler.
That I believe was Emmy came out on the four-wheeler. She's definitely a wild card. She was actually my favorite to win that match. As we got Thomas now with a pin here on Caleb BLAIR. 2 count. Dylan Stevens, what's going on? Welcome to the show, and thanks for checking in. Caleb over here stunned, apparently, just sitting there. Brandon back on offense. Who do you got in this match, Eric?
I mean, so far the Brandon Wheeler, man, he's been very impressive so far. So I mean, I've kind of got to go with the hot hand.
He definitely has since he came in. Dylan, we have a new subscriber to our channel. Forged in Pain is actually an eFed show that we do. You can follow it through Facebook at Forged in Pain. That's our group. We have live streaming WWE 2K18 shows. Right now we've got going on, this is a triple threat match. These two men battling to see who becomes the #1 contender for our hardcore title. Sounds like we still have the little teenagers kicking around in the background playing tickle fight.
Yeah, so, I think the parents should do something about that.
Yeah, their parents should do something about it. Ricky Armstrong keeps checking in. He's watching this from his hotel room. Yeah, they are both boys.
Hey Dylan, do you have you say you're the best at this game? Do you have it on PlayStation 4?
Caleb with a huge super kick actually opens up Brandon's forehead. Puts him away. Caleb BLAIR taking his shot now. Getting some retaliation on Brandon Wheeler for basically handing him his ass in their debut match a few weeks ago. Comes up here, huge super kick, lays Brandon out, gets the count. Caleb BLAIR will be going on to fight Ricky Armstrong for the hardcore title.
Wow. And they kind of came out of nowhere.
Definitely did. Brandon was just destroying both of these men throughout the whole match. The little shades of Shawn Michaels with that super kick put him away real quick with one on the button. Now you're looking at our new #1 contender for the hardcore title. I don't know if he's ready for Ricky Armstrong, but we'll see soon enough. I think that title match is going to happen on next week's show.
He's pretty impressive here, but I think my money would still be on Ricky in that matchup.
Definitely will. I think he kind of more or less got lucky catching that that super kick on the button. We got coming up next one of those two huge elimination gauntlet matches, folks. These two matches, the winner of each of them will move on to fight Joe Rivers. Joe Rivers has both of our main titles. He's our Supreme Champion. He also holds our Battleborn Championship, which is basically equivalent to the Intercontinental title. He won both of those in a match last week at the pay-per-view. So we'll see between these two matches, the winners will be joining him in a triple threat for his Battleborn title. That's sort of I guess is sort of a punishment to Joe Rivers because of the antics that, I mean, we can't prove it, but my money's on that was a play. Tiffany Rivers must have been the one to put that chili powder in Bobby Wade's beard oil. I mean, I'd bet half of my paycheck on that. So, I mean, Robbie's not stupid. He kind of knows that same thing, so he put this little tournament together to stick him in a match that basically the odds are going to be well against Rivers. And you look at the card here, any one of these men I could see with that Battleborn title around him.
Apparently, there's a Tiffany Rivers fan watching.
Tiffany Rivers is pretty hot. But you know what they say, most of the hottest ladies are also the evil ones. I think one of the kids behind me is actually online right now looking up some dirty pictures of Tiffany Rivers.
The first time seeing some of these guys.
Yeah, we've got Marcus Knight here, sort of in the front with the black and red. He's making his debut. His agent is Lee Ward. We had Lee come on the show with us a couple weeks ago, if you remember, during our, during our live pay-per-view release. Then we have the Marco Diaz to the left of him. Then Mason Rage. He is from the same camp as Joe Rivers. DeMarco Diaz, he actually came over from the PvP scene. He's good friends with Shane O'Neill. They actually earn a faction, Power by Association. Then we have Tommy Wolf to the right of Marcus. The next man, Crimson CADE, I don't really need to even introduce him. We all know him. He's probably the favorite to win this match. Then on the far right, we've got Joe Osborne. He's making his debut, but he's sort of run roughshod through some other E-Feds, so he's finally getting a chance to come over here to Forged in Pain.
I don't know. I think with this match, you know, I haven't really been having too much luck on this, but I'm gonna go with Diaz on this one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong voting for Marco Diaz either. Marcus Knight, he's probably one of our least experienced competitors that we have probably in this tournament so far. What a huge shot for him making his debut. Could you imagine his first match in Forged in Pain? He comes in and wins a shot at the Battleborn title.
That would be a way to make a good first impression, a way to make a statement on your debut. I feel like I've seen his vest somewhere before.
Possibly. Kind of looks like Razor Ramon type of look.
He's the material. There's the music.
Another man that could come in any given Sunday and just one-on-one beat any man on the roster. Tommy Wolf. Crazy striking ability. Comes out of nowhere, sort of that relentless, unpredictable offense that he brings to the game. Always a wild card. Seen him fight a lot in IWA, also in UCW. He's no stranger to the ring. Yeah, Tommy Wolf actually is very well versed in parkour. He's actually a parkour instructor in his hometown. It's sort of a side job that he does.
Some of those guys that are into that parkour are pretty impressive.
Come in handy, watch them spring around the ring. What we got coming out next here? Marco Diaz. You can tell this guy is a little bit hung up on himself, you think?
Maybe just a little bit.
He's got pictures of himself both on his shirt and on his pants. Guy's a little bit full of himself.
But I like that. I like that. I mean, you got to have confidence, or otherwise you're not going to make it in Forged in Pain.
Look, he's got on the back too. Look at this guy. So brash.
Yeah, there's another guy that used to do that in his business, and he went by the name of Shawn Michaels.
Sexy boy. I believe this is going to be Crimson CADE coming out of the darkness here. I don't know if you've ever stood next to Crimson CADE, but this man's chest and shoulders, he's as thick as a frickin' wet redwood tree. Just the look in his eyes.
Next to guys like that.
Here he is. This is the man I've got my money on for this match. He just looks like he needs to have that Battleborn championship. You sort of look at our decor, he looks like he could be up. Just a picture of him posted up as part of the decor of our Coliseum here.
The next poster boy of Forged in Pain, huh?
Very well could be. He had a tough loss against our Supreme Champion Bobby Wade probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. Early on when the show started. Bobby sort of has that more experience, and it just definitely showed in that match against Crimson. Made a couple mistakes, got heated. That may be why he's not higher up in the rankings for either of these titles. He definitely gets pissed off, and sometimes his emotions can get the better of him.
Yeah, I think we got a fan throwing out a challenge to Shane O'Neill.
Gamer tag will be foul mood, actually, if you want to jump in there and fight somebody. Ricky Armstrong not too happy with Blair, apparently, calling him out. This is our first look at Mason Rage. This guy looks like he's almost as big as Crimson CADE. Can't wait to see them side by side here. We got you there, Ricky Velasquez. We know you, man. Oh, we got Joe Rivers checking in.
Is the guy that was earlier talking about Joe Rivers' wife still here?
I'm not sure. Someone was apparently talking how sexy Tiffany Rivers is. Now we got Joe in the feed here. Mason is out of Joe Rivers' camp. So there's big things expected of him. And Joe Rivers, as you can see, says, "Mason, I'm telling you, if you fail me, I will personally end you." I don't know if that's a very positive reinforcement coming from your coach or one of your instructors, but we got Dick Armstrong and Ricky Armstrong over here. Have a little battle going on themselves if you follow our Twitter feed on the right. As we watch Joe Osborne coming in. Our Twitter feed's almost as intriguing as the match card we have going here.
Sounds like they want to get in the octagon.
Oh shit, we need to take maybe on next episode we'll bring in Dick and Ricky and Dick, or Rick, Dickie and Don, or whoever the hell, and put them in a match together. I'm sitting here busy reading the Twitter feed, and we got the fucking action starting here already. This is a time where I need lead here to get me back on in the game here. I get lost in this brawl we've got going here beside us. Crimson CADE taking Joe Osborne up and then just slamming him back down. That's why he's my favorite, but Osborne fighting back. Let's see what he has to offer. He's actually got CADE up and power bombs him once. He's got CADE up again. That's a 300-pound man going for 3. He just picked up Crimson CADE and power bombed him 3 times in a row.
That's impressive.
I did not see that power coming from Joe Osborne. CADE returning the favor, just deadlifts him up off the mat and slams him back down. These two men sort of taken front and center in this match. You get in the background, Tommy Wolf stomping out Mason Rage. Kind of an interesting matchup. That's definitely 2 conflicting sizes and styles going on back there. And then we've got the 2 similar men on the holy shit, did you just see Tommy Rage fly? We get the 2 men here on the left side. That's Marcus Knight and Marco Diaz going on it. They sort of seem to have similar styles. So that could be an interesting matchup right there. Osborne and CADE continue to pound on each other. Rage, a hell of a clothesline. Almost takes the head off Tommy Wolf. There's sort of the Royal Rumble and the chat feed still going on as well. I wonder how many hits we're going to have for this video, just of people coming on and checking out the chat feed over here. I might have to go back and watch this match so I can pay attention more after.
Mason just backdropped Tommy Wolf on top of Crimson CADE.
I saw that, then he lifted him right back off the mat and just slammed him again. Marcus Knight.
Manhandling.
They just kind of had a little pedigree going on there, and then he picks Diaz back up. How is this referee going to pay attention? Look at Crimson. Crimson's got him up in some kind of leg stretch. Is this a submission hold? I don't know if those
some
shots
kind
to
of
the
submission hold.
Osborne punching him in the back of the head. I don't know if that's wise. You'd probably break your hand hitting that skull. Look at the size of Crimson's head. Crimson
I'm being told that the move,
bomb.
that hold that Crimson CADE had on him, I believe it's called the stretch muffler, I'm being told. Though I'm not sure where it came from.
Hold on. We got one man is gone. Marco Diaz just tapped
there
out.
Goes my pick.
Marcus Knight in his debut actually forces Marco Diaz to tap. Oh shit, he just catches a huge boot to the face. Crimson CADE power bombs Osborne, then just punts Marcus Knight in the face. What's going on? Jesus, we just had an avalanche suplex. Tommy Wolf taking it to Mason Rage here. I think he means Tommy Wolf. Tommy Wolf showing his power, pulls up a power bomb himself. Marcus Knight going for another upset. Can he pin Crimson?
With Diaz out, I think I'm gonna change my pick to Mason Rage with who's left.
Going for Mason. I haven't seen a whole lot of offense from him. Maybe he's conserving his energy. That Tommy Wolf's kind of been taking it to him this whole match so far. We all know that Tommy has huge endurance. I still got my money on Crimson. Now he's calling Marcus Knight up as we got Tommy sort of stretching out your boy Mason. Crimson just went for some sort of double axe handle, but Marcus caught him in midair.
Like a standing, like an elbow drop to a standing opponent.
Looked like that, and your boy Mason Rage is done. Tommy just took him out. Crimson in the center of the ring almost gets pinned again by Knight. We're down to the final 4 here. Osborne picking up a pin to Tommy after damage was done to him. Crimson just tosses Marcus. Tossed him from probably fucking half court and hit the backboard on the other side. Now he's got him right back up, just manhandling him. Throwing him around like he's a little schoolgirl. We had another top rope reversal there as Osborne coming up with a flying fist. Tommy was able to dodge, step him to the left, catch him, and slam him down in a little suplex. Marcus able to kick out. We got Tommy Wolf. A second suplex, a second avalanche suplex to Osborne. This become his favorite match, I think.
It's always dangerous doing a move like that in a multi-person match. You never know if someone's going to be down there and get in your way when you're coming down.
Lights out for Marcus here. That huge spear. Crimson. No, never mind. Marcus trying to stay in this, able to kick out somehow. Crimson kind of gets sick of that. Just lifts him up and drills him through the mat. We got big dicks and little pumps over here. I don't know if they teamed up together or what's going on, but I guess all it takes is a little pump if you have a big dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that one.
Did we just see Marcus Knight pin Crimson CADE? So much for that. Both our picks are gone. Marcus Knight in his debut takes out Crimson CADE in this match. Until then, he's been destroying everybody. What was that?
Same guy took out Diaz and CADE.
Jesus, I just realized that. Good call. Marcus Knight making a name for himself here tonight.
Now he's going to have Tommy Wolf.
Wolf is a little different animal here. He's sort of taking out two stronger guys. Let's see what he can do against Wolf and Osborne. Looks like Marcus finally goes down here. Tommy just kind of too much for him. Marcus still struggling to get to his feet. No, I thought he was pinned. I thought Tommy Wolf pinned Marcus, but apparently he's still in it. Marcus looking to take out a third man here as he's got Tommy Wolf wrapped up in his submission. I think Tommy's too crazy to tap out, but it looks like it's locked in deep and there's no rope break. Now Marcus decides to let that go. And now he's clotheslining the hell out of Osborne, looking to set him up for something big. Osborne split open. Looks like it's going to come down to Tommy Wolf and Marcus Knight. But no, Osborne kicks out. There's a 2 count, but Tommy spins it around. Now he's got a submission hold pulled on Marcus. Looks like his fire's going to get extinguished right here. Marcus is going to tap with this. Oh no, he gets out of it. I wonder if Lee Jones is at home watching. Did you see that Devil Dog was actually coming in here to finally making another appearance? Exhibition match only, but still it's kind of cool having him back finally.
No, I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, he's taking on the Stud in a sort of a friendly exhibition match here tonight. And also he's got K-Baby back with us. K-Baby hasn't been, you know, in the EFED scene in 2018 yet.
It's been at least 6 months since I've seen her.
It has. Well, she's back. I heard that she actually, I don't know if Devil Dog is sticking around, but K-Baby has signed a full contract. I know Devil Dog said he's planning on sticking around just to get to the bottom of this whole Cold Shield saga, where he's still missing. In an interview that he had, Devil Dog actually flew in and went right to the hospital. And then he sounds like he kind of blacked out while he was there because he doesn't remember seeing Colt. I guess when he remembers arriving, going in, asking for his room, and then you know, kind of coming to, sitting out on the bench outside of his room. Kind of weird.
It's definitely strange.
Yeah, and then later that night he had that house show that we all saw posted up where he, you know, I guess looked like he levitated out of the ring. That video is posted up on our site as well. Shows the actual footage
somewhere
of him.
Where Gabriel was actually taking responsibility for that, claiming responsibility?
He did. Yeah, Gabriel Draven said, I don't have his exact words, but basically took responsibility for that situation as well. Our final 2 men, we've got Joe Osborne and Marcus Knight. Both of these men, this is their first matches in Forged in Pain. Huge spot for these two. Their debut coming in. One of these 2 men will go from making their debut to taking on the champion for the Battleborn title. Did you see if it was Marcus that actually took out Tommy? Because that would be what, his 3rd man alone that he's eliminated from this?
I actually didn't catch it. I was getting a message from someone backstage and looked away. When I looked up, Tommy was gone.
I was kind of doing the same thing. Look at that kick. Joe Osborne comes with a spinning heel kick. I think that's it. Marcus Knight's got to be done. There's 2. 3 count. Joe Osborne wins the first of our gauntlet and elimination matches. Huge showing from Marcus Knight, though. He's able to tap out 2 with 3 opponents in this match. That's half the guys are tapped out by 1 man.
Oh, definitely a strong first impression. I'm sure Robbie's backstage taking notice of this guy.
Watch some of those highlights. You can see in the background Tommy Wolf with one of those. Oh, I didn't see Osborne use that kick earlier too. He put it on the Black and Crimson CADE early on. It's a good look at one of the 3 men that will be in the ring for that Battleborn title. Someone Rivers. I don't know if Joe Rivers has ever faced this man. Perfect look at what Forged in Pain is. This guy bleeding all over the place. We're going to have to get someone in there to clean up the map before our next match. Kick of Doom will put Blair in his place. Tweet from Ricky Armstrong.
Man, Ricky's tweets are getting me kind of hyped for that matchup.
We got Ricky and Dick still going at it over on the Twitter feed. As now we've got Devil Dog Bret Hartford coming up here, making his first appearance in probably close to 2 months for him. He's been out running his charities, offering aid in Puerto Rico, basically where his tag team partner Gonzo is from. Gonzo is still back there, as well as Jason. I guess they are going to be flying in here, within the next couple weeks, coming back, and they'll be partaking in some of our shows. But we got Devil Dog here with his wife K Baby coming in. They are set up for sort of a friendly exhibition match versus the Stud. We haven't seen him, in at least a couple weeks either.
I'm not sure. Ricky said that's the name of his new finisher, or his finisher's new name. I'm not sure if he's talking about the Kick of Doom or Dick's last tweet. I think Dick's last tweet would be a better name.
Name is Kick Shut the Fuck Up. I like that. The Stud coming in here. This is I don't know if I'm really feeling his music. I don't know if it's some sort of Italian music, or is it circus music? What we got going on here, Eric? You've got a good ear for music.
I'm trying to put my finger on it. It definitely makes me feel like I'm at a circus, but it's not entirely circus music. It's kind of got like a Spanish sound, but I don't mean a Mexican.
Yeah, Spaniard, yeah. I hear you. Maybe like a Portuguese? I don't know.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm feeling from it.
The Stud's entrance very similar to Will King. Hopefully we have long enough CD here to play through the length of this entrance that he's got going on here. This guy, Dick Armstrong, doesn't seem like a very happy guy, does he?
Not at all. But I do like, I very much like his suggestion for Ricky's new finisher name. The more I think about it, the more I think that it's great.
That could be a good one. That spinning back kick right on the mouth. It definitely would make guys shut the fuck up, especially coming from Ricky Armstrong. The striking ability that he has, as you can see from our No Way Out pay-per-view. Killswitch Joe just had no answer for it. Kind of a weird little dance move that the Stud has going on here. Yeah, Stud is definitely one of the original members from the Mafia Club. I don't know if they're going to reform here in Forge and Pain, but now we have both the Stud and Slick Rick. I don't know if they're going to reform or not. I keep half expecting to see a little clown car come flying out here with You know, little Italian guys or something jumping out of it. You think this could be a track that I4 could cut something on and put on their next album, or what?
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to make the cut.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Devil Dog coming back. Kind of a new look for him that we haven't seen yet.
Seems like a little bit of a new attitude, too.
He's always excitable, that's for sure. He's sort of, I don't know if you'd call him a high flyer, but he's definitely the more cocky of the Surplus Marines, being their leader. Looks like he's all fired up here tonight. Showing off for his crowd as always. Had a little scare at that last match that he had, where he levitated out of the ring after taking a bump. And Gabriel says he was part of that. I'd never seen any shit like that. That's definitely kind of supernatural. We need to get Sam and Dean on the case. See what the heck is going on with that. Get a look here. See what the Devil Dog and the Stud can bring for us. The Stud's starting off early with a little back chop. Devil Dog's right on him though. Supposed to be a friendly exhibition match. That didn't look too friendly as he just plants the Stud right on his face. Setting him up, swings, and Devil Dog just threw a punch that was wide to the... He's got a finisher going already. 3 matches in, he's got the Stud split open. This is supposed to just be an exhibition match. He's got Stud split wide open. What the fuck was that? I was expecting him to come in and sort of put on a show here, and instead, out of character, he just destroys the Stud.
It's a level of aggression I don't think we've seen from Devil Dog before.
Definitely haven't. I mean, usually that doesn't come out until, near the end of a match, and if he's in a tough fight or against, one of his rivals. But this guy, he's friends with the Stud. He just came out and laid into him. What the hell was that all about? Now he's head to the sky, kind of in like a little prayer, and you can see K-Baby. She's not even walking out with him. She doesn't know exactly what to do. What the fuck was that all about?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to watch the replay and see if I can put. I mean, it's just there's nothing there. It was over in 30 seconds.
He swung wide left and missed like he was seeing doubles. I don't know what the hell he was swinging at, but he took a huge punch and missed everything. And then he gave that the pink mist to the Stud, and it lived up to its name and just split him wide open. That was basically only the second shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
He just lays the Stud open. Like, that was definitely a little dark side there that I haven't seen from Devil Dog. You have to see if we can get somebody on that to see what the hell is going on. I have no idea what's going on with Dee Dee. Again, he's friends with the Stud, so I don't know where the hell that came from. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know about. Still got the little battle going on there. Apparently there's going to be 1,000 people going to take on our hardcore champion. Knowing our hardcore champion, he'd be up for the fight. Now, coming up next, we actually have, you remember back at the pay-per-view, that fan that sort of jumped the barrier and went into aid Colt Shields as he was getting destroyed by that massive Kong. He's coming out here and addressing the crowd. I mean, it was released already. He goes by the name of Cerberus. So he's going to come out and address the crowd or address Gabriel or some sort. But he's going to be out here one way or another. Let's see what he's got to say. Apparently this guy can fight. He isn't just a fan. See what he's going to say here. Draven! Where is he? Where is Colt? It's not enough you set your giant on Colt and showed everyone what a coward you really are, but now he is missing? Where is he? That man is my brother. We raised each other, and I will not stop till I take him from you. Draven! You want to mark anyone? I mark myself. That whole locker room may be filled with people scared of you, but I stand here alone. I'm not going anywhere till I have found Colt and laid waste to your entire army. I will finish what my brother started. They say the gates of hell is guarded by a monster. If you are the darkness that plagues FIP, then I am Cerberus, the gatekeeper sent here to drag you all back to hell. Draven, bring your nightmare. Bring your witch. Bring your reaper. Bring your predator. Wait, how is Eli these days? Come fight me. By taking my brother, you set in motion the events that will lead to your destruction. This I promise you. What? I don't know if he's done speaking, but looks like, is this a Dura? Adora? This isn't Adora. Who?
No, that's not.
Who is this lady coming to the ring? She's definitely soul sworn.
I've not seen her before.
Who is? She's definitely soul sworn. She's having some sort of words with Cerberus in the ring. Now she's kind of staring at him. Look at the eyes. I can't really hear what they're saying, but she's having some words with Cerberus in the middle of the ring. Does anyone on the roster know who this lady is? Cerberus not liking what she's saying, apparently. It's definitely not Adora, because she's tweeting us. Who is this lady? She's in here standing up to Cerberus. I wish we had a mic down closer to ringside so we could see exactly what they're talking about. Apparently Adura says this is one of her familiars. Isn't that some... Yeah, I mean, isn't that some sort of, like, apparition or something like that? Sort of like a ghostly figure or something like that that raises and does the biddings for its master, I guess. She was definitely soul sworn. Looked like she was gonna actually attack Cerberus there for a moment. I was kind of expecting it to happen. Dora, there is much you don't know about us, me specifically. I am Legion. I have a broken text there. I'm not sure exactly what she's means by that. If we can get a reporter brave enough to go speak to her, we'll see if we can make a little more sense of some of the riddles that she speaks in. Looks like we got some sort of gang war about to kick off on the Twitter feed. Their little battle got us 142 comments going here so far, and I think only like 6 of them are about the show. What are your thoughts on, while we're waiting for this next elimination match to come up, what were your thoughts on what Cerberus had to say?
I mean, I think it's kind of a wait and see. I mean, he talks a big game, but we haven't seen anything from him outside of, coming out and saving his supposed best friend. We don't know anything about him though.
I just got a report that Joe Rivers is actually here. He was here supporting Mason, and he's sort of squaring off with him backstage, sort of pissed off that Mason wasn't able to win that first match. Here tonight in the second elimination, we've got Slick Rick coming in. He earned his spot in this by winning that huge match against Shane O'Neill, that sort of Worlds Collide match. So I don't know, could he be a favorite to win this? We've also got another winner from the pay-per-view, Trey Jeter, who was able to take out Will King. I could see either of those two men having our Battleborn title around their waist. And coming out first, we've got Josh McCormick. This guy in an early match sort of stole the show a couple weeks ago and definitely earned his spot here.
I think I actually missed his first match here, so it'll be nice to finally get to see this guy.
Yeah, you go back and check it out. He's definitely worth watching. I think it was one of the early matches in the card too, maybe like the first match, and it was like a fatal 4-way maybe. Oh shit, Adora sent a huge message to Cerberus. So if he likes, he can join Colt. I think that's what he's looking to do, but I don't think he's looking to join him where she's meaning for him to go. Slick Rick coming out now.
See if he dominates here like he did at the pay-per-view. I think that win he had over Shane O'Neill is kind of what got him this opportunity.
No, it definitely did. We've got like a security guard with his dog here trying to escort these two teenagers out of the way. He's got them actually in cuffs now. The dog must have picked up on some scent of drugs on him. You could hear the dog barking in the background. They were picked up on that narcotics scent of some sort. I don't know exactly what those boys may have, but apparently Dick Armstrong thinks Slick Rick has a small dick. No, the number of ladies that he's usually got around him, I mean, they could be, you know, all for the money, but he seems to be definitely just popular with them. Here we got Ellis Sky. Sort of new to the EFED industry. Definitely making a name for himself coming in here. He has been had his ups and downs in other EFEDs, but he looks good. Our scouts and Robbie pretty high on this guy. That's why they offered him at least a partial contract. See what he can do here. Tweet from Joe Rivers says, Mason, you fucking failed me. I have now got to figure out what to do. Now I need you to get Tyson and just be ready for war with the Soul Swarm. It sounds like Joe Rivers is trying to rally his own crew from his gym. And what the fuck? I just saw a video feed of Joe Rivers curb stomping Mason Rage. Someone from his own gym, one of the men that he trains, he's just curb stomped backstage. I figured Joe would be kind of evened out after picking up both the titles, and he's got Tiffany back by his side. He's still got that chip on his shoulder.
Seems like he's even more on edge.
You know, everybody's gunning for him, and we know he's been marked by the Soul Swarm. Maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, Joe's not really sure who to trust. As we can see by that lady that came out here to the ring to address Cerberus, that the Soul Swarm isn't just the ones that we know about. There's possibility, you know, others. I mean, at least one. I have heard that they've gone to different feds in the past and sort of run the same takeover, but
telling you, I think this guy right here is a star on the rise.
Trey Jeter, definitely, he's a veteran actually, but you know, we're happy to have him. As you could tell by the appearance that he had on our pay-per-view release, he's definitely brash. You see him took out Will King in a one-on-one match, so he's got ability. Joe Rivers is telling a door to shut the hell up and go to hell. I don't know if that's very smart on Rivers. I mean, we saw what they did to Colt Shields, amongst others. You get a look at James Love.
What do you know about this guy?
He comes from, again, he was in the PvP scene a little bit. He's sort of not as well known in the EFED industry. I mean, there's been a lot of hype from his amateur career. So he's finally, as far as I know, you know, just now breaking into the big leagues per se. Outstanding amateur career in several different indie federations, though. Finally taking it mainstream. This is another man that when he first came to Forged in Pain, he was looking at the hardcore scene. Apparently that's another area that he specializes in, but ended up earning himself a spot here, chance to pick up a spot in that match for the Battleborn title. Adora calls Joe Rivers a soft, innocent child. You're so adorable. After we watched him kick the head off that massive Bobby Wade, we get Adora calling him a soft, innocent child.
I don't know if soft, innocent, or child is what I would use to describe Joe Rivers.
I didn't even know this song was available for an entrance song for anybody. Got this Caleb Shaw coming out to the ring now.
You know, I've seen Caleb Shaw in the back, and it's kind of uncanny that there's a striking resemblance to him and Mason Rage from the match earlier.
I noticed that
I'm wondering
too.
if there's something to that.
Caleb's a lot more tatted out, but about the same size, same build. Sport that same bald shaven head that I know Devil Dog loves to wear.
Same style of wrestling attire, albeit a different color and logos, but same style.
Yeah, I don't know if those two have a connection or not, but imagine those two running through the tag team division.
Hey, after Havoc gets done putting down this Wolf Lair, bring on the challenge.
Yeah, that's another match coming up tonight in our main event. We got Mr. Love here taking it to Slick Rick. He's working those legs. Then we have sort of our two quick strikers in the background. Josh McCormick and Ellis Sky. Those are the two up-and-coming young studs of this this division here. Trying to make names for themselves. Each of them have had a couple matches so far with us.
That's an impressive series of kicks from Ellis Sky early, and then McCormick came back with his own flurry of punches and elbows.
McCormick is definitely a great striker. He's sort of a little quicker version of Vincent Stone. Basic look, he's not, his appearance and his attitude isn't too flashy. If you speak of flashy, we got Slick Rick just perched up, relaxing on the far right turnbuckle there, and then he comes right in and bounces Love's face off his knee. Referee down in the middle. I didn't see him go down, but he didn't fare so well.
I think he got taken out by that flying splash from Ellis Sky. I think got hit by like a stray knee or something.
Adora, some sort of cryptic message to Devil Dog. I don't know what the hell she's saying down there.
I don't think that's English.
Is that some kind of like ancient Latin or something that she's going down there? I see blood on the mat. Whose head's that coming? Oh, Brandon's cut open. Trey Jeter working on Shaw here. Hits him with the RKO. Looks like your boy Caleb Shaw may be one of the first to go here, as Jeter is just laying into the much larger man. Relentless assault here.
Yeah, I mean, Jeter's on a trajectory going straight up. I mean, anyone that gets in front of him, no matter how talented, I think is going to have a hard time.
I haven't seen Shaw mount any sort of offenses. Here he comes with an explosive German suplex. Finally. You saw the torque that those hips generated as he pounded Jeter on his back. We got our first elimination. Ellis Sky takes out Josh McCormick. Down to one of the young studs here left in this match. Now, every time I turn my attention over to these two, it looks like James Love is always just punishing Slick Rick here.
Yeah, Rick hasn't had much offense here in the last few minutes.
Love now has his attention on Sky. We saw a huge pop-up powerbomb. Now he just DDTs Sky. Sky and Jeter sort of making a flying V here in the middle of our ring. Look at this. Caleb Shaw, the largest man in the match, dives off the middle rope, delivering a headbutt to the face of Jeter. Jesus, could you imagine the skull that size smashing into you?
I don't want to imagine that.
Not even... He's just showing no fear despite that gash on his head, still using it as a weapon.
It's almost like he's drawing aggression from the fact that he's busted open.
His aggression doesn't seem to be helping him out too. Oh, Jesus, he just got right back up. He took that big super kick to the face from Jeter, and he just kicked right out of it, basically. Well, maybe your theory is right, and now he's got Jeter by the back of the head, kind of dragging him by his hair. A little snapmare, and kicks him in the back. Ellis Sky, backbreaker to Love. Slick sort of hanging out, trying to preserve some of that energy. The old wily veteran, as always, he's got championships all over the place, and that shows you why. He's a smart guy. As he gives an eye rake, and then he catches Caleb Shaw in the nuts with an uppercut. Cheat to win is his motto, and I don't think there's much more cheating than a shot to the pills. He's letting Jeter get the pin. Nope, broken up by Love.
Rick's showing very good strategy here in this almost battle royal style match. You know, he took a lot of punishment from Love earlier, so now he's just kind of keeping his distance and picking his spots.
You get Jeter with a one-arm, Sky with a one-arm pin on Love. What the hell? Did you see the torque generated on the neck of Jeter? Jeter's asleep.
Yeah, that's...
I changed my mind on Caleb Shaw. He just manhandled Trey Jeter. Choked him out.
A lot of power coming from one man.
Jeter is just now getting to his feet. He doesn't even know that he's out. Well, there he goes. The referee sort of ushers him out there. Love's got Slick pin. Nope.
Yeah, I'd heard good
Crafty
things about
veteran
the Shaw
gets out of
guy
that.
before he came in.
Escaped the pin. Shaw came with face plant DDT.
Took him a few minutes to get going, but he's been on a tear since he got busted open.
You can see Slick Rick is laid out, but they're leaving him alone. This could be a pin situation for somebody, and instead Love chose to walk away.
I feel like something was said in the ring earlier between Ellis Sky and Love. It's like every time that they get a chance to turn their attention back to each other, they do so.
You got Love and Slick Rick still going at it there. In that background, Slick just had a pin on Love that he was able to kick out of. Slick Rick came off the ropes with that flying knee, and Caleb Shaw actually pulled Love out of the way so he could suplex and nail him.
Talk about trolls.
Kind of selfish right there. He wants to do the damage to everybody. Slick Rick returns the favor, picks up Love when Shaw was about to lay his finisher on him. At least 3 of these men seem to have some sort of vendetta against each other going on right now.
That was a hell of a clothesline from Shaw to Sky. I think Sky got saved there by Love in that pin attempt.
What's he doing here? Oh, he drops the point of his elbow right into the chest of Ellis Sky, and he sort of does a little sidewalk slam along with it. Sky is still fighting back somehow. We got Love back in a pinning situation with Slick Rick. Love just eliminated Slick Rick.
Ellis Sky is showing that he's got a lot of heart for being the smallest guy in the ring.
What's going on here? These three, looks like Shaw and Love surrounding Ellis. They definitely are. They're taking turns hitting Ellis.
I definitely think something was said between Love and Ellis earlier.
Love throwing Shaw out of the way as if he wants to be the one to take on Ellis. Ellis is just left hanging there on that middle rope. Hopefully he's back there catching his breath. I'd use this opportunity. I'd sort of pay attention, listen for the footsteps, and keep your peripherals sort of focused. But yeah, one of the fans just made a good point. Like, you don't want to win this match. Who on earth would want to face Joe Rivers? He's just been kicking people's heads off lately. Ellis Sky lifts up the huge Caleb Shaw, plants him on his face. Now he just goes right back after Love. Instead of going for a pin, he goes back after Love. Responds by powerbombing him in the center of the ring.
Like I said, every chance that they get, when they're even if they're fighting somebody else, as soon as that person's down, they don't try to capitalize or follow up. They turn right back and start fighting each other.
Ellis Sky kicks out again. Looks like Shaw was going to set him up for a finisher, and Love just goes right back there and attacking him. He's not letting Shaw touch him. He wants him for himself. I'd like to know what was said between these two. We can get James Love and Ellis Sky mic'd up after this. I'd be curious to hear what they had to say. Looks like the two larger men are attacking the small man just to try to get him out of the way. Sky kicks out again. They can't keep him down. That frustration shown here as Love drags that forearm sleeve across the face. Another kick out of a pin. I think they're getting sick of him as now both men continue to double team Sky. They're fighting each other to see who gets to beat up Ellis.
Yeah, but this alliance can't hold. Eventually they're going to have to fight each other.
Well, here they go right now. It's Caleb reeking the face. The blood is still just pouring down Shaw. It's got to be in his eyes. That could give these other men an advantage here, I would think. How are you supposed to hit when you can't see what you're swinging at? Another huge knee. That gash in Shaw's head seemed to be taking a toll a little bit there, as he seemed to have a little trouble standing up after that last hit.
Well, this guy definitely took advantage of that
clothesline.
too.
Brandon Pickett, welcome to the show. Your boy Brandon Blaze had a hell of a debut match.
Shaw was definitely trying to focus on that cut on Shaw's head. His last few shots have all been punches straight to the face.
I mean, you've got it. You see some sort of weakness with a man this big. You got to take advantage of that. It shows even for a young man here, Sky doing the same thing as now he's raking the eyes, trying to open that gash up a little bit wider. Thunder is DDT from Love. Looks like Sky may be cut open. Yeah, Ellis is cut open now. He just continues to fight back.
Right back at each other. Going right back to each other every time.
Shit, we should have just had a triple threat match with these three. That's what it's turning into. I think these three have been in the longer just together than the other three contestants were in total.
Man, what a reversal from Sky. Reversing that spear into a DDT.
Love and Shaw back double teaming him. I think they're just fed up. Like, how can this the smallest guy in the arena be able to kick out? And once again, what is it going to take to keep Sky down? This guy's got me intrigued. If he can stand toe-to-toe with these two and keep getting out no matter how much damage you're taking, I'd like to see when he can get going and get some offense on top of that.
You know, if Robbie decides to put all three of these guys in that match with the other two, with Joe and the guy from that one match earlier, I wouldn't complain one bit after seeing this.
Definitely not. I can't wait to see the future of these three right here. Love, the only man standing here right now. Both other contestants sort of laying down. Is Shaw, ring awareness, going for a pin. No. He had a little lazy one-arm pin for a second. I don't know if he meant to or not, but stood to his feet instead of keeping the pin. Shaw now the only man standing as he lays Ellis Sky out and then delivers a huge knee to Love. Love kicks out again. What is it going to take to keep any of these men down? It's just been kick out after kick out after kick out so far. He's got that choke on. We saw this earlier. Again, another tap out with that choke. What a weapon. Sky's gonna pin. Sky with the upset. Oh, he kicks out. Sky had a pin on Shaw right there. Thought he was going to upset everybody and pick up the win. The rookie.
Yeah, when a guy that big gets you locked into a hold like that, I don't know that there's much you can do. You know, once he's got it locked in.
We're down to the final two, the largest man versus the smallest man. Shaw wins it. Pins Ellis Sky, finally. Caleb Shaw going to the match with a chance to win the Battleborn title. His debut here picks up a huge win in the six-man elimination. I was kind of worried at first. Shaw was taking some punishment. Then it did seem like as soon as he got split open, he sort of flipped that switch. This man bleeding since probably minute 3 in this match.
Get that.
Comes out and picks up the win. Looked like he'd be soft, bleeding that early on.
Yeah, I remember seeing the scouting reports before we actually signed him. But and I was a little worried. I was very impressed by what I had read, but I was a little worried at the beginning of the match. Like you said, once that blood started flowing, he just kind of got that adrenaline rush, and it never wore off.
Hopefully the members of the roster pay attention to that, and I wouldn't attack the head. I'd pick on an arm or leg or something. I wouldn't want to cut him open after seeing that.
Make a note, do not make him bleed.
Coming into the main event, we've got our Blood Brothers Tag Champions, Havoc, after they picked up that huge win against the Empire of Pain. Coming out here now with Tatum, their sort of valet. I don't know if she wrestles, but making an appearance here. New member of Havoc, taking on the wily veterans BLAIR. What was that, Eric?
I'm actually gonna have to step away from the mic. I need to go have a conversation with them real quick before they come out for their match.
All right, sounds good. Get them hyped up. Can't wait to see what they can do here tonight. Got BLAIR coming in here. That's Scott Toffick and Niles McGregor. I know we mention this every time they come out, but Scott was actually a former CO at the prison that Niles was an inmate out. And when they had a big a brawl broke out, basically they were the last two standing, one guard, one inmate. And I mean, they somehow formed a bond through that. And now here they are. Ever since McGregor was released, they've teamed up and been a hell of a duo here. Apparently they weren't very happy on the fact that Havoc, being this young up-and-coming tag team, came on the scene and actually springboarded past a lot of these other tag teams, such as themselves, who've been in the industry a little bit longer. Sort of pissed them off, and they sort of fired some shots and trying to get the rest of the locker room stirred up a little bit. So we'll see what comes of that. Could be a little bit of a rivalry growing itself. These two different styles they have, the high-flying Havoc against sort of the cool, calm, collected, calculated style that the BLAIR brings to the table. I wonder if there's anything to this last name situation. Got Michael Blaze and the Outlaws, the Blaze brothers. Same spelling and everything, though. I wonder if there's something to that. Havoc looking fired up. They look pretty good with these belts on their waist. You can see Miss Tatum in the background. Tatum apparently was Havoc's #1 fan. Actually met Havoc, and I guess she impressed them with her in-ring ability. And she comes out here now as part of Havoc. And she's not just a valet, she's actually an official member and will be fighting in our women's division. Tatum will be part of our growing women's division, that Shield Maiden division, rather. Lee, I hope you're watching. We get that new centerpiece in the middle of our ring here. Dora says, "Oh look, everyone, it's the fake champions." It's a slow clap going. That's the thing. She may be dark, but she's definitely got a very quick sense of humor on her. If she wasn't so damn big and scary, I'd like to have a one-on-one interview with her. Kicking things off, we've got Michael Blaze here with Scott Toffick. I almost called him Brandon Blaze. Michael's sending off the ropes, sort of bumped into each other. There's a shot to the gut. Michael's got Scott up. He rolls him over once with a little sort of back suplex, underhook suplex. There's a second. We've seen this before. There's the face plant. Those rolling suplexes into that face plant. As now he comes over, gets the tag to Dre Havoc. Dre perched up on those top ropes here. Comes up with a Hurricanrana off the top ropes. I didn't know that Mr. Havoc had that sort of leaping ability there. Now he just tosses Scott Toffick out onto the floor. Doesn't seem like quite the superstar that would be, you know, wanting to take things out of the ring, being a much smaller guy than Scott. That mistake could pay dividends here, as now Scott's got him sort of right in his wheelhouse. This is where Scott and Niles really want to be. I don't know for how long. There's probably a count going right now. DDT right onto this steel floor. Now he bounces his elbow off it. Another one. He's trying to break that arm. Havoc seems to have a vicious side. Where's that count out? Dre jumps back in. Here's Scott. Looks like they made it in time. Both men here almost counted out. If I were Scott, I'd be looking for some sort of opening and trying to get a tag over there to Niles. More of that leaping ability comes up. Little lion salt. Scott going for the tag. I thought Dre was going to cut off the ring. There's the quick tag to Niles. It's Niles and Michael now as Dre makes a tag. He sidesteps. He tried to come up with that one-legged drop kick. Michael able to sidestep it. So much for that, as now Niles is on fire here. Niles trying to slow down things here, taking it to Michael Blaze, keep him grounded, if you will. Very smart strategy against these quicker men. Take out those legs. He's got him up on his shoulder now. Drops his face off that turnbuckle. Now there's not much padding on those turnbuckles, ladies and gentlemen. That's got that steel ring that holds those large heavy cables on. So you take too many shots off that turnbuckle, it's gonna leave some sort of mark there. Got a spear into the corner. He does a back spring, comes in with a second spear. Now he's got Niles down on the ground, lifts him up into a power bomb. Look at the ability of Dre Havoc. Pretty good mix of speed and power here. Niles had him back into the game that they want to be playing here, keeping him grounded. Look at that. He spins out, rolls into a drop kick. rolled out of that submission and caught him with a drop kick. And I can see why Michael Blaze ended up wanting this guy to be his tag partner here while Facade was out. Impressive reversal into a DDT. Again, if anyone is on there, mic up. We've got it. I've got a color commentary spot open as my partner Eric had to leave and Lee had other business to attend to. A small package DDT variant. I thought he was gonna hook that into a pin. Here's some of that double team move that we see here. Flings him. Michael's got him up on his shoulders. Rolls. There's one shot. Now Michael's on the top ropes into a backflip, and a backflip crossbody. Tandem offense here that we love to see from Havoc. So there it is. Havoc, our champions, impressive again. Pick up a win against the Wolf Lair. Once they get that tandem offense flowing, they're pretty much unstoppable. That's why they're our champions here, folks. Dre Havoc, very impressive in this one. He sort of stole the show in this match. I know Michael Blaze ended it with that backflip crossbody, but or backflip splash rather. But Dre Havoc stole the show in this one. The offense was on point. That's going to end our show as we have our tag champions picking up a huge win over the Wolf Lair. You know, stay tuned and follow the page to see the updates of this match. If you haven't already, make sure you like and sub. That's it for this episode of Forged in Pain.